Happy birthday, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Wow. Despite the flack that it's gotten, this is by far one of my favorite Jurassic Park movies. And also beware that this is like the third time I've recorded this video. The first time got cut off because of interruptions because of my upcoming summer trip. The other time it was like 27 minutes long. I know nobody was going to watch a video that was that long, especially with very little editing or anything like that. So I knew that I was just kind of uploading it in just for the sake of death. But then it wasn't even uploading right and all. The first time it canceled, and then the other time it was like taking way too long, like 40 minutes, whatever, and it was like 2% or something. And it wasn't even wanting to back up properly in photos. It like kept redoing itself. So I was like, you know what? Without even though all this work was getting wasted, I just knew, you know what? No, I have to redo it. And now that my friend's over, or my dad's friend Alan, and all you know who he is over, and my car's here. I have to explain all that. I have to make this kind of brief. But Fallen Kingdom, you guys know the whole story. It's awesome. I really find it absolutely entertaining, and I love Jay Bayona's direction with this film as well. And despite the flack that it got, I adore this movie so much for a huge amount of reasons. The direction is incredible, and it makes so many shots super incredible to watch, and so many of them are so atmospheric and creepy at times. Even there's a lot of like horror elements in this film, and I love that. And that's mostly due to Jay Bayona's talent. The way he's able to capture a scene is just so it's jaw dropping at times. Whether it be incredibly depressing, like the heartbreaking Brachiosaurus death scene, which I love, and it's also a super fitting conclusion considering that the animal that welcomed you to Jurassic Park all those years ago is the one to send you out. That's really well made. Or scenes like the Indoraptor stalking into Maisie's room, about to get her and everything, or it breaking out and wreaking havoc on a few people and everything like that. It's just, or even in the little museum area, or images like Maisie and the Indoraptor's face being kind of merged. That kind of stuff is legitimately creepy, or it running down the long hallway. And I love how there's so many 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park stuff in this as well. All the comebacks of various dinosaur species like Brachiosaurus and Compsognathus, and tons of awesome new dinosaurs like Sinoceratops, Allosaurus, Stygimoloch, Carnotaurus, Baryonyx. Holy crap! And the Indoraptor itself is absolutely awesome, as some people like to call him Ripper. I love the fact that we got to see the Indominus Rex skeleton, and I love the way the Indoraptor looks with the little quills on the back, looking like something out of Jurassic Park 3, and the teeth and the eyes and the long claws. The fact that it walks around on all fours, which the Indominus only did like a few times, um, and it's like calls and everything like that, coughing of it, and at times the way its arms twitches and its mouth sometimes shivers at times, and the way how some of its skin is deteriorating. Bleh, sorry, how its skin is kind of deteriorating. The reason why this is happening is because of the fact that all these little like ticks and stuff like that. It's all because of the fact that it's a failed prototype, and there's proof that it's not exactly fully correct. Even Colin Trevorrow and everything like that behind the scenes said this kind of showcases that this is like still a working in mid condition kind of creature, and that's really cool. Such an interesting concept. And I love the fact that it's not a copy paste of the original Indominus Rex. I love all the callbacks to the first film, despite it not being, and it doesn't feel condescending or a constant like film that needs your full like attention at times, and doesn't like ask you like, hey, you need to see all the films in order to understand everything and all. Sometimes it explains things properly. I love Ian Malcolm's scenes, and I love how so many of the lines are plucked out of the original book. I love Claire and Owen's dynamic in this film, and their sort of arcs, which are going to be resolved in the next movie. And I love how it takes the series into a whole new direction, not only getting us off the island, but introducing a human clone. It's the perfect place to take it, and it fits in with Michael Crichton's novelization and his artwork, or I'm sorry, his work and his theming and his way of writing things. It fits in so perfectly well, and I love the Maisie reveal. I love the sequences like them capturing Blue and seeing baby Blue. It's so cute. I love the DPG. I love the sound design. The music is incredible. It's so uplifting at times, so creepy at times, so saddening and depressing, so uplifting. It's such incredible music. I love it so much. Seeing Jurassic World in shambles is both incredible and also heartbreaking, especially for me. I already went into depth about how much I love the park in the first film. I'm sorry, the last video about Jurassic World stuff, and how much I love the Jurassic World theme park, and seeing it broken up like this is saddening. But then getting to see the Brachiosaurus on Main Street is just such a jaw-dropping scene. I love that so much. I like Zia and Franklin as well, especially Zia. I really like the auction sequence I love how nefarious our villains finally are. Some people say that, and again, these are mostly complaints from outsiders of Jurassic Park. They constantly say they're mustache twirling villains who have near like zero personality or have any interesting traits or whatever. How they're so stupid and they don't belong in Jurassic Park. There was even some prickhead who even said, "Why do you need a movie of dinosaurs to have a human bad guy or whatever?" Because then you get a movie like Jurassic Park 3, which, even though I kind of like Jurassic Park 3, mostly because of the Spino and stuff, it has no human villains, and thus there's no deeper meaning, really, or no direction. Jurassic Park's books had such great villains, and the films kind of had this at times, especially like more so iconic ones. But they weren't always necessarily evil, to say the least. Now we have people who are willing to murder for crying out loud. And that's what makes it entertaining. People who are going after only themselves after these dinosaurs. People who have different values and thoughts on stuff like that. It makes things interesting instead of just an endless monster hunting goose chase. But unfortunately, a-holes like the Nostalgia Critic only want that. And no matter what you give them, they complain anyways, and no matter what way possible. And that pisses me off. But that doesn't hurt my feelings on the movie itself at all, really. I love the news sequence at the beginning, and it kind of keeps you up to date and stuff like that. And I love seeing so many dinosaurs running together in so many scenes. Like, it hurts to see them all getting gassed, but then seeing them, like, running through the gate doors with that uplifting music and then stampeding over Mills and everything like that. And a T-Rex eating up Mills is also so satisfying. And then seeing the Carnotaurus before and then afterwards and getting bonked in the head by the T-Rex and the little compies in the scene as well. I also love, what else? I already went on. Also, I love the acting of so many scenes. I love the opening sequence and how absolutely action-packed it is and just intense and scary at times. And I wish it wasn't so predictable if it wasn't for the trailers showcasing the fate of that guy on the ladder. I love the Mount Sibo shots, the scenes where they're saving Blue from death. I love Mr. Lockwood and his estate. And I love the stuff with Iris and everything like that. I also love the desk scene where Mills and Clara are looking over like what species they can save and everything like that. I love the themes about humanity's ignorance, whether it be like doing stupid stuff or mean stuff and stuff like that, like pulling a dinosaur's teeth or leaving a cage not fully closed, or having design flaws like where if you step on a tablet or whatever, the signal is lost and at least the gates open. The smallest design flaw can lead to doom at times. And yeah, I don't agree with any of the stuff that people say about Maisie. So many people get angry at this poor little girl. Oh no, she was traumatized during this whole time and all, knowing that the people that loved her either were killed off, shut out, or turned out to be evil monsters and stuff like that. And now that she knows that she's a clone, these creatures that she already loves and cares about and knows are clones, on an impulse, of course she's going to press the button. And again, that's not what's dooming the world. What could be dooming the world are all the bidders that took, all the dinosaurs for themselves and could be weaponizing them, letting them loose on people, perhaps. Or all the people like Dr. Wu, for example, who still have DNA and could be doing all kinds of mischievous stuff. They're the real problem and all. But no, we shouldn't be getting angry at these horrible people and all. Let's just get angry at this one little traumatized girl. People, I tell you. But yeah, I love Maisie as well, and I just want to give her a nice big hug when I see her and all. Aw, poor Maisie. But yeah, I really like the stuff with her and her room and everything like that. And I love the lagoon stuff and that gyrosphere 1L where you have the camera going for like a minute or longer than a minute or so, while you have Claire and Franklin trapped in the gyrosphere and Owen's trying to save them out. That was one take for the most part, and that's incredible. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And I love the fact that so many actors did like their shots next to like real live fire and everything like that. I love the stampede sequence where they're all running away from the volcano and seeing all the different species of all kinds of shapes and sizes and speeds. It's truly incredible. And no, I don't get why CinemaSin said that the dinosaurs are all running at the same speed. No, they're not. The pterodactyls, I'm an idiot. Pteranodons are going much faster. The brachiosauruses are moving slightly slower than the apatos. The compies are all... Well, stuff like the T-Rex is like lumbering this way. The Carnos, what are you talking about? The dinosaurs are running at the same speed. And that, and with like the CinemaSin saying that the Mosasaurus didn't drag down the helicopter at all when it grabbed the ladder. Yes, it did, ever so slightly. If you look closer, do people not even proofread what you say? God, this movie is a perfect example of why people like Nostalgia Critic and CinemaSins should die. Or at least their channels, not the actual people, maybe. unless they start acting like actual murderers. Which, considering some of the things that they've said and done, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so many aspects I loved about this movie, and I really do become very appreciative that some more people are getting more and more and more happy about this movie. More people are opening up to it, and I'm very glad about that. And already I have tons of people like Anna and Shinobi03, Irix Rampage, Evan, Clayton Fury, and a ton of other Jurassic Park fans, true fans, unlike Nostalgia Critic who calls himself, "Oh, I represent the fans." That's the biggest lie I've ever seen. Yeah, we are the true fans, and we know if this movie is good or not. And I can definitely say myself, at least, that this movie is great and it deserves all the praise it can get in the world. So yeah, I love this movie so much. I love the merchandise and any of like the memes and the references and stuff like that. There's like a junior novelization. And when it was coming out, I was so hyped and everything like that, and I was not disappointed. The only thing that disappointed me was all the obnoxious trailers revealing so much stuff, from the T-Rex roaring, or should I say Roberta, roaring at the lion, and the Mosasaurus about to eat the surfers, the death of the Carnotaurus steaks to the T-Rex, the dinosaurs not dying from being gassed and everything like that, which sounds like a concentration camp. Sheesh. Yeah, all that stuff I already knew about and stuff like that because the trailers already revealed it. Thanks a lot, Universal or whoever's responsible. And I'm not surprised because Illumination Entertainment suffers from the same problem with nearly all their movies, and they're also from Universal. I guess this is a running theme. But yeah, despite the trailers revealing a lot of stuff, I love this movie and I was so hyped with it. Whether it be thinking about what animals would be, or should I say dinosaurs would appear in it and how things would go down. There was rumors of like way earlier on that the Indominus Rex was going to come back because of the cuttlefish DNA. It may have survived the Mosasaurus attack and swimmed out. That didn't happen. Seeing its skeleton was really cool. And there was theories like the Suchomimus was going to be in it, for crying out loud, but that didn't happen, I don't think. Maybe it's in the background, I don't know, somewhere. And there was theories that even like the Indoraptor and Blue were going to have a baby. And I remember watching a Clayton Fury video where he's with somebody and they're talking about the Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys. And this Zula Hausreen guy and all, he says, like, can you imagine if that whole thing went down like, "Hey baby, you want to lay some eggs?" Good stuff. But yeah, I adore this movie so incredibly much. And whether it be all the various callbacks to the past and stuff like that, and references to Michael Crichton's work, or even just simply down to the imagery, or scenes like saying bye to Blue, and Maisie talking to Owen and Grady for the first time. I'm sorry, Owen and Claire. Owen and Grady. It's the same thing. Anyways, yeah, I love all the scenes in this movie, and it's really such a joy to watch it. I can watch it like 10 billion times and not get bored. The only problem I have with this movie is a very minor one. Nearly all the maps they show in the movie are inaccurate. Like the one where you see like all the dinosaur dots on the island map and everything like that. It showcases the lagoon being right next to the water. It's still in the center of the island, as confirmed by Colin Trevorrow on Twitter or something like that. And he apologized for this little oversight, as it was done at like the very last second, and they didn't realize it before it was released. So yeah, it's a real darn shame. I don't know why they didn't fix it on the home releases, but whatever. Maybe they will in the future, who knows. But yeah, it's really not a big problem. And I just wish that before people complain, they would put a bit more research in it, but I guess that's only our job. I guess only we can know about that good stuff and all. I guess people like Nostalgia Critic are too busy with making videos that they can't bother to put research into their videos. Oh wait, look at his Avatar video or whatever, where he watched the entirety of the Nickelodeon series before reviewing the film. Clearly you can put a lot more research into your videos, Doug. But yeah, I won't let that little annoying abortion of a video ruin my thoughts on this awesome movie. So yeah, Jay Bayona, Colin Trevorrow, did I say Chris? Oops. Colin Trevorrow, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and everybody else who had a participation in this movie. Thank you so much for giving us such an awesome film for this series. And man, the end credits and seeing the hearing the music for the original Jurassic Park and everything like that playing, it's so uplifting. And the end credit scene with the pteranodons, for a good while I didn't even know there was an end credit scene, believe it or not, because me and my parents didn't last all the way through the credits because we just left right after the film like officially ended and stuff like that. So that's a darn shame. I didn't like watch it for the first time until like online or something like that. But yeah, this movie rocks. Happy 3rd anniversary, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You deserve so much praise, and I recommend you guys watch videos from Clayton Fury and especially Shinobi03 to better understand this movie.